Wonderful people, welcome back to the channel, and what we really want to talk about today, guys, is the West Indies versus England ODI series review, or should I say, where did Sammy and Sheo make the big mistake? Because they're the one that we have to blame, because they're the one that are in charge of selecting the team, the coach and the captain, and the team that went to England. Before even after the team name, guys, a lot of people had their doubt. Some believe that hey, the team will perform well, man, against England based on the fact that they did well against Bangladesh and then Ireland. But my people, it was a total disaster for us, and we were under the whitewash. But my people, if it's the first time on the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell and drop a like on the video. So my people, we're here to talk about the good, the bad, and should I say the complicated or the brightness, the bright spark that we saw against England from the West Indies team overall. I know a lot of the Caribbean fans right now is disappointed in them, and I don't blame them because as a fan of West Indies and a lover of cricket, you never want to see your team lose. But losing by such a margin is two different stuff, right? The way the West Indies batters got out, the way we started at the West Indies, it seems that if the moment they fix one problem, another problem arise, because the team right now the middle order is kind of weird. The batting is really strengthening right about now. The top five. That's where I think the batting is right now, and that's the core of the team right about now. But the bowling, the mid-core bowling, poor bowling, the opening pair now, my people, that's a red flag, in my opinion. The opening pair not clicking right about now, guys, and this is a problem, going forward, because if a team cannot get off to a really good start and have a solid foundation for the others to come and build on, then the team is always going to be in trouble. And the West Indies have been in trouble in this series, as regards to the opening pair. And also from the Ireland series as well, the opening pairs, guys, apart from Brendan King, who got a 59, guys, against England. Nobody else really scored double figures like that. When I say double figures, I'm talking 30s, 40s, nobody else. Evan Lewis was injured for the first two match. Even the Ireland leg after competition, he wasn't really producing with the bat either. So you come down to it and you said, where did Sammy and Shea made the mistake? The team which was selected was a team that I think Sammy wanted to keep together. This was the team that win the last two ODI series under Shea leadership, and hence Shea was under the T20 captain. Was a move where a lot of people up till now is upset because they didn't find a rightful reason for Shea to be appointed the T20 captain over Rovman Powell. But Darren Sammy spoke on it and he thought that, hey, I need Shea Hope. He's the man that I think can lead West Indies to a championship squad, right? Our championship team, based on the fact that he had come some brilliant ODI form, guys. Leading the team pretty well. The batting was clicking, guys, and the bowling was coming together, right? So they thought that, hey, he's the man to lead, and they handed him the captaincy. Where I believe that it wasn't necessary at the moment. Rovman Powell even come and said that it was surprise to him that he was sacked as the captain, but West Indies cricket is bigger than anybody. You understand? So it's something where you just have to put behind him and move on. But right now, people are gonna look at the good, the bad, and the disappointment of this ODI series. So let's start from the first match, guys. Right? West Indies versus England. The first match, guys. England piled on 400, guys, for 8. Right? The West Indies could only muster 162 all out. That was the first match, and we thought, hey, they're gonna learn from the same mistake, man. The second match, they went back with the same team, I think, they got to 308, right? But England batted first and scored 312 for 7. The West Indies, put up a decent fight there. 308 guys. Carty got in that 103 guys. Shea Hope got in that 78. I think Brandon King got in that 59. So overall, guys, I think they did put up a little good batting performance versus England in the second. Moved on to the third, guys. England got to 246 for three base, and that would do his matter because rain was falling, and they were short. West Indies could only bat to 40 overs. They got to 251 for 9. Where we saw the tail waggle and really help out West Indies. In the form of Budakish Mount 64, Sheriff and Rutherford came back into the team and smashed that 70. Alzari Joseph got 41. I wanted him to get a half century, guys, because he was hitting the ball cleanly, but was meant to be. They lost both the three matches, guys, and one of the big reason why West Indies lost the match was poor bowling. The bowlers weren't on target. The bowlers weren't penetrative enough. The bowlers weren't consistently beating the line and length. They were giving away runs. You understand? And it's where West Indies should go back to the drawing board and look that the bowling was pretty weak. You see one or two players missing out of the bowling attack, guys, and the team falter. That's where Romar Shepherd and Jason Ola would have needed the experience, guys, to really pull back the game. But Matthew Ford, Jaden Seals, and it wasn't their inexperience in a sense where they're young, still learning the craft, and West Indies paid the penalty for their inexperienced bowling. The batting, oh boy, the batting collapsed a couple times, and really, just never really live up to expectation. So what are the good points that you guys to take away from the ODI series versus England? I have about three something, guys, wrote down here, guys. I have Casey Carty, solid number 3. I think we found a solid number 3 in Casey Carty right now, so West Indies can build a team around him going forward. So Casey Carty is a solid pick, that number 3 position. That's one of the, if not the best, bright spark coming out of West Indies ODI series of late is Casey Carty, and the middle art of building consistently, right? When I say building consistently, I mean that they're building towards a solid middle order, guys. If you can see, the top 5, top 6 batters have always been producing runs. You understand? Enough of the time is either a number 3, number 4, or number 5, but I have to rescue the innings. We need a 2 proper openers. You understand? Consistent openers too. We're not talking about one you get a 50 year and the next 6 series you don't get even 30. We're not talking about that. We want a consistently run a flow in the top order. And if I believe that if the West Indies get a consistently top order, they will perform better, because they would have a foundation to build on. Right? The next one, Joseph, top the wicket takers for West Indies. And we're getting news from ESPN that Joseph and Carty move up the ICC rankings. That's a good sign coming out of the series. They deserved it. They were the 2 best standout performers for us, with bat and ball. Now, people, let's move over to the bad. What were the bad things that happened in the ODI series? Let's see. Poor bowling rotation, poor bowling. In a sense, it was poor bowling because the rotation of the bowlers, guys, and I think Shea Hope missed the trick, guys. He doesn't know when to bring on his strike bowler, when to apply pressure, and when not to apply pressure. He's just going with the motion that it's 50 over, so you're going to play with 50 over. You need to be an attacking captain, or should I say, um, defensive defensive and attacking captain at the same time. Pure defensive is not going to work out, guys. You have to be able to be tactical as a leader to really set trap for batters, go on the attack even though you're defensive. You understand what I'm trying to say, guys? But he's not that type of captain. I recently saw an article where they were saying that Shea Hope and Rastan Chase is 2 mid-core players as a captain. They will not lead West Indies to nothing. But I haven't really touched on it, guys, or brought it to you guys' attention as yet. It doesn't really, feel fit right about now, to hit them when they're down. Let's continue. Poor opening, bad selection from Sammy, poor execution, captaincy poor, bad team selection, or plain 11 selection. You understand? And what are some of the things that you would take away from this ODI series, guys? Apart from we were spunk, nothing really. By the fact that the batting has improved a lot, even though we haven't really been able to consistently, we haven't really been able to hit the 400 landmark, but we've been able to get to 300. That's a good sign going forward. But takeaway, guys, we should just take this as a lesson, guys, moving forward, guys, and just say all right, let's move on. Nothing. Just leave this where it is, guys, because it's a disappointing innings and series, and we would want to move on from it. But people, leave your honest thoughts down below. All right, best up on yourself.